argue or debate. I just
One
want like
second, Connor.
Oh, he
Hello.
said he doesn't want to debate.
And everybody tuning into the
I just
live
kind of
over.
have questions. That's all.
Connor, I'm doing my YouTube intro, man. Hello and welcome in to everybody tuning in on YouTube. Thank you so much for being in here with me today. We're going to go ahead and hop straight into the debates. As you may have heard, we already have our first guest, Mr. Connor, up on the line. Connor told us that he would prefer Trump over Kamala Harris. So, Connor, if you want to take it away and tell us why, feel free.
Well, actually, I want to come in and ask you what your problem with Trump was.
Why I don't like
Like,
him?
why do you feel like he's terrible for America? I just want to ask a question.
Okay, well, there's many reasons why I think that Donald Trump is terrible for America. Maybe the most apparent right now would be his desire for a dictatorship and his like asserted preference of ignoring court orders, even when that court is the Supreme Court. Like, for instance, the Supreme Court ordered him to facilitate the return of Abreu Garcia, and then his White House went on Twitter and said that that's never going to fucking happen. And then another district court ruled that he had to turn a plane around with Venezuelan migrants on it because they were unlawfully deported, and the Trump administration did not do that. And now the judge has said that they have probable cause to hold the entirety of the Trump administration in contempt of court. And I'd say that that sets forth a constitutional crisis where we see an attempt to consolidate power into the executive branch of the government. And I think that is incredibly bad.
Okay, I understand that. And I heard you talking to the guy before this. Do you not? You don't agree with tariffs?
I don't agree with his blanket tariffs now.
And like, what is your major problem with him doing like adding tariffs on tariffs on China and surrounding countries?
Well, my major problem with blanket tariffs is that I think they produce very inefficient economic outcomes for everyone, and they really hurt us specifically because now we are barreling towards a recession, and that is going to decrease average qualities of life, which is a bad thing.
But don't you think it also kind of helps with people, like it gives us more jobs and the ability to give more money to actual American civilians?
No, because we're going towards a recession, and that means less jobs and kind of like less money in our pockets.
And do you, so, I mean, okay, that's understandable.
Okay. He left?
All right, he
All right.
left. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next guest.
All right, everyone on YouTube, do make sure to like this stream, everyone. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. Let's get to a fucking million likes, everyone. A
Hell
million
yeah.
likes on the TikTok stream. I want to see it right fucking now. You better be tapping that shit as much as you fucking can. If you want to support Dean or I, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio, description of the YouTube. Or you can support us over YouTube Super Chat. But again, the best way to do so is in the link tree.
Hell
Venmo,
yeah.
Cash App, and PayPal.
Hell yeah, you guys heard it here first from Mr. Parker. Hey guys, if you're MAGA, let me know in that comment section. We'll get you up here for a debate. What's going on stand-up theater? Do you support Trump? All right. Well, it sounds like they did support Trump. What a really nice way to say you're a Trump supporter. I believe it. Yeah, you know what I mean. We're gonna
That
go
was
ahead and
totally
move
a
on
fetus.
to the next guest. You'd be surprised what these full-grown adults are capable of, Parker. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next guest.
We were hearing the noises from within inside the womb.
That's funny. We're going to go and get that next guest up in that box right now. Y'all, if you are in the queue, make sure that you do indeed support Trump. And yeah, let me know in that comment section if you want me to pull you up right now. We'll do it. What's going on, MAGA baby? Yeah, you're either a troll or like a really insane Trump supporter. Which one is it?
I'm a Trump supporter.
Okay, why is that?
A troll.
I'm not a troll. I'm kidding. I love you, Parker. You're so cute.
I just knew it. I could just tell.
We're gonna get that next guest up in here literally right now, y'all. Everyone, just give us.
It's like the tonality of voice, like just identifies it.
Why is he doing?
Of like how they're gonna address the points. Yeah.
What's going on, Allie? You support Trump? Okay, Allie's not here. What's up, Sandra? You support Trump?
Yeah.
How old are you?
20.
20. Why did you
You
say
don't
that?
support Donald Trump.
You don't support. Oh, Sandra!
I do.
I spoke to you the other day. You
No,
started.
no, you didn't.
You started. You
No,
started
listen,
having a
wait.
breakdown again.
I didn't break down.
Yes, you did. You're doing it again now.
I have so much empathy in my heart, and I can't stand taxes being like Kamala.
Oh, she's totally trolling.
Hello, Susan. Do you
I
support
can just
Trump?
immediately tell.
Oh my goodness, no, I don't. I just clicked it by accident. I'm so sorry.
You're
W
good, don't
you.
worry.
Moving on to the next guest, everyone. Let's go and get Cat up in the live. If you're one of the 6,000 people watching over on TikTok, guys, make sure that we're double tapping together. Let's try to get up 2 million likes and drop a MAGA down below in that comment section if you want me to pull you up here. What's going on, Cat? Do you support the president? Well, it looks like Cat's not here, so we're going to go ahead and start pulling from the comment section compared to the queue. Drop a MAGA down below if you want to, come up on the live. Hello, Jimbo. Do you support Trump?
The Unfuck America tour organizer is racist.
What?
Who?
The organizer for the Unfuck America tour is racist.
Who?
Ooh.
There was a person on live, I believe their name was like Z or something on TikTok. She was calling a panel full of black women uneducated and aggressive, and also called a black woman a bully because she was getting mad because someone was using their trauma to pivot off of their argument.
Do you want to send me a recording of this in DMs? I'm guessing somebody has it.
Yeah, there's a YouTube video of the whole 4-hour live stream. It's like a live stream of them critiquing it, which I love the tour. I just saw this and I thought I'd have to let you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would definitely take a look at that.
Yeah, why don't you
Yeah,
go
you
ahead
can
and...
look for me on DM.
Well,
I'm
how
on
about-
Sam Perry. Okay?
If you want to go ahead and just send like the link to that in my DMs over on Instagram, that'd be sweet. That'd be awesome, and I do appreciate you for that. What's going on, Haley? Do you support Trump?
Yes.
Okay, why is that? Whoa, wait. Sorry. How old are you?
I'm 21.
You're 21. Phenomenal. So why do you support Trump?
I feel like I support Trump mostly because of like the MAHA stuff, like Make America Healthy Again.
Okay, so you voted for Trump to make America healthier. So how is the Trump administration going to make America healthier?
Well, because like RFK is like doing the Department of Health stuff.
Okay, but like, what is he doing with it that's going to make America healthier?
Well, they're banning like colors and pesticides and like stuff that's bad in our food.
Okay, like what specifically? Have they already banned or will they ban?
Well, I don't know exactly like the policies on what they have banned, but I just
Okay.
know that it's just a lot of stuff that's bad, and they're just really trying to kind of like bring America back to how it used to be.
Well, I mean, it kind of just seems like your argument more so is like you don't really care who the president is or what the president's doing, but you just really like what RFK campaigned on, and when he joined Trump's administration, you decided to vote for him. So I'd like to ask you a question. If RFK rather joined Kamala Harris's campaign, would you have voted for her?
Probably not, because she would never do that, because the
So
government.
assuming that RFK joined her campaign, would you have voted for her?
Honestly, no.
Okay, so then RFK is not going to be like the relevant factor that you're using to determine which candidate was better in the race. So what was the relevant factor that led you to the conclusion that Donald Trump was the best pick?
I think he just cares more about America as a whole.
Okay, well, I don't think when somebody cares about something, they try to destroy it. I mean, he's intentionally crashed the stock market, barreling us towards a recession, launched us into a constitutional crisis by ignoring the Supreme Court, by ignoring federal judges, by isolating us from every other country on the face of this planet, by advocating for tax policy that will redistribute wealth from the poor to the rich. So why do you think he cares about us more?
So he's doing what no other president would do. And America is going downhill because every president is just doing the same thing or nothing.
Okay, so what is he doing specifically that makes
Yeah.
it apparently clear that he cares about America more?
I would say probably abortion and the tariffs.
So banning abortion?
Well, not technically banning it, but just making sure that the states have more power, because the government is trying to make the power more centralized.
Okay,
And so-
I think that federal protections to keep things legal actually take more power out of the hand of the government. And I mean, just think about it. If Kamala Harris was president and she was able to ensure that federal
Okay,
policy
I'm so sorry. I voted for Kamala Harris. I'm trying to say what my mom does, and she's so dumb. I'm sorry. I love you.
Okay, bye. Moving on to the next guest.
I was seeing the comments saying that she reposted you. I was gonna say something, but
So, dude, honestly, when I'm like in a debate, I'm not really reading the comments. I'm more
I
so
feel
just
ya.
locked in. What's going on, JT? Spoil
I
Trump?
only am because I'm like a guest right now and I wasn't saying anything.
Yeah. By the way, feel free to hop in these conversations, and if you would like to speak more, just feel free to insert yourself.
I got you.
I don't
I
make it
got
feel
you.
like you don't have enough screen time. What's going on, JT? You
You're
support
good.
Trump? All right, JT's not here, y'all. Everybody, please let me know down below in that comment section, literally right now, if you want to come up here and have a
I'll
debate,
try to help
y'all.
you get someone up.
Yeah. Try to help me get somebody up here, y'all. If you're one of the 6.3 thousand people and you do want to come up here and debate, guys, make sure that we are double tapping away in that phone screen, y'all. And we got to get that next guest up literally right now, y'all. So do let us know down below in that comment section. It is proving incredibly difficult to get anybody up here to debate. What's going on, Aiden? Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and how old are you?
I'm 18.
Sweet, Aiden. Go ahead and just give me 1 minute here because I got to thank Nicole for the $5 donation over on PayPal. Huge shout out to Nicole as well as to John with the $50 PayPal donation. Thank you so much for the love, John. That is so incredibly kind of you. Everybody, let's get 500 W Johns down below in that comment section literally right now. Thank you so much, John. That is so incredibly kind of you. Everybody, please show some love to John down below. Thank you. As well as Connor with another $10 over on Venmo. The most base Connor that's ever lived. Thank you so much. And then Alt with a $1 on Venmo. Aiden, take it away. Tell us why you support Trump.
Parker, you're a faggot and a bitch. Fuck you, Parker.
Okay, all right. Well, TikTok,
What a
we kicked
weirdo.
Aiden off incredibly quickly. If this is in the replay of the live gets taken down, you should give me my account back because we are exercising your terms of service. And now let's go ahead and move on to the next guest. Let's get Grandpa up in the box, y'all. Everyone go ahead and just give us a minute. We're going to go ahead and get that next guest up here literally right now. Quite frankly, hello, Grandpa. Do you support Trump? And Grandpa is not here, or he can't hear us. Grandpa.
Hello,
Grandpa?
are you there?
Guess not. Moving on. All right. Hey, guys. So if you're watching and you want to come up here and debate, I mean, seriously, if you just support the president, all you got to do is put a MAGA down below in the comment section. That is the very best way to get up on this live to have a conversation, y'all. Let me know in that comment section if you want to come up, guys. Come on. Let me know right now. I don't know where all of our Trump supporters are at. And by the way, I just thought I would make it incredibly clear if you come up here and you're not a Trump supporter and you're spamming MAGA down below, not only you're going to get publicly hazed and everyone's going to throw tomatoes at you because you're being annoying, but you're also going to be blocked. What is going on, Willy Wonka? Do you support Trump? Looks like they...
Yes, I do.
Okay,
I
you
do.
do. How old are you?
I'm 19.
19. What year were you born in?
2005.
Whoa, what the hell? My senator's doing a town hall in my town? I just got an email about that. That's crazy. 2005 and you're 19?
Yep.
Cool. And what time is it?
Right now in LA, it's 3 p.m.
3 p.m. Phenomenal. So take it away and tell us why you support Trump.
I support Trump because he actually does what he says, and yeah, I just love the guy.
Okay.
Can you name one thing he did that he said he would do?
Yup, he got away all the immigrants.
Okay, so you support...
All the immigrants?
So I just want to clarify.
Most of them.
Do you support mass deportation?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so you think that undocumented migrants hurt this country?
Yep.
Okay, can you name one way that undocumented migrants hurt the American economy?
They sell drugs.
What?
Yeah, they sell drugs.
I got to kick him because TOS. We're going to go to move on to the next guest. Everyone just give us a minute. All right, y'all. Actually, no. Undocumented migrants are unironically, 3.5 times less likely to sell DRUGS compared to natural U.S.-born citizens?
Multiple times as likely. I think it's 90% of stuff that is taken across the border, trafficked across the border, is U.S. citizens.
No,
90% plus.
It's not referencing what's coming across the border. It's referencing...
who's like selling?
Who's
Yeah,
selling?
I'd have to say that.
I mean, I'm just getting my evidence from PNAS, just like, the general crime stats, because they would obviously fall under some type of criminal behavior. They'd be less likely to do so than citizens. What's going on, Lorenzo? Do you support Trump?
Yes. Nigga.
Okay, it's a kid saying the N-word. All right, guys, so let's just make this clear real quick. First of all, TikTok, we got him off. Don't take my stream down. If you do, give it back to me. Approve the appeal. But anyways, so I just want to be incredibly clear what we're looking at today. Right now on the stream so far, every single person that has actually supported Trump that has come up here has either only lasted 10 seconds or just screamed slurs. So I just want to make that incredibly clear. Half of our country is more willing to come up on this live and scream hate speech than they are to tell us why they support the president. I think what this should tell all of us is that they're losing, and they're losing very badly. The president is indefensible from a logical perspective, and the only time you will still see people supporting him is those that will have no pushback those that won't grant any reasons why they support him, and they're more so doing it to be a part of a group. But when we're kind of framing the conversations in a, let's both converse here and talk about why we agree or disagree on these subjects, they're completely unwilling to engage in conversation. I think that there's 6,000 people watching the TikTok stream right now. Everyone in your head right now, just visualize 6,000 humans in a room. That's a shit ton of people, y'all. And now imagine that I'm standing in the middle of that room with a fucking loud ass mic, and I'm like, hey, if you're one of the 6,000 people listening to me right now and you support the president, step up. And then just nobody does anything. I mean, that's seriously what we're looking at. So it looks like MAGA's losing, we're winning. But hopefully we'll find one person that's genuinely willing to come up here for.
I'm gonna rape your girlfriend, nigger.
What a disgusting person.
So I mean, look at that, guys. Look at that. That's what it is. That is what it is, y'all. Trump supporters are more willing to come up here and say that they want to abuse my partner than they are to actually debate me. But by the way, TikTok, we kicked them very quickly. TikTok. That's what it is. That is what it is, everyone. So I mean, at this point, I think we've won. I seriously think we've won. Like, all that's left of MAGA is humans who hate humans. That's what it is, you guys. And that's a terrible look for the party. That's a terrible look for the movement. I mean, it all stems from Donald J. Trump and the harm that he's causing to this country, and then everybody who's followed suit. So what's going on, Ethan? How old are you?
Stacy, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much, Stacy. I appreciate it, Stacy.
All right, guys. Go ahead and drop a MAGA down below in that comment section if you do want to come up and debate, y'all. We are just looking for that next debater. It looks like it's really hard to find us any debates for today. So if you do want to help, guys, if you are one of the 5.9 thousand people watching the stream right now, guys, make sure that we are double tapping away on that phone screen and sharing out the stream with a handful of friends. What's going on to Lost? Do you support Trump?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, well, real quickly here before we hop into a debate, I got to say two things. First and foremost, Linda, thank you so much for the $50 donation over on PayPal, Linda. That is so incredibly kind of you. Can we please get 500 W Lindas down below in that comment section? Linda says to enjoy your trip, Linda. Thank you so much for the love. It means the world. Everybody, please, please, please show some love to Linda, as well as ADA with the $5 over on PayPal. And then, oh my God, Stefan with the $100 donation on Venmo. Thank you for the love, Stefan. That is so very kind of you. I want to see 1,000 Stefan W's. I do not deserve that at all. That is so much fucking money. Holy shit. Stefan says, thank you for being an intelligent, well-researched voice for democracy. I'm blown away, impressed by you, Dean. This is only the beginning for you. Sky's the limit. Much respecting. Happy to support you. Keep being you, man. From Steve. Guys, show Steve some love in that comment section. Literally right now. Thank you so much, Steve. As well as Evie with the $10 on Venmo. But go ahead, The Lost. Tell us why you support the president.
And Ari, think of the $5. Thank you, Ari.
I'm not a huge Trump supporter or whatever, but I just voted for him because for me it was 100% based off just my experience throughout the two presidencies that happened from 2016 to 2020 versus 2020 to 2024. You know what I mean?
Okay, well, I mean, so first of all, Joe Biden's term started in 2021, and Donald Trump's term started in 2017.
Yeah.
Also, how old are you again?
I'm 26.
Okay, so you're saying in 2016 you were better off?
Yeah, I don't know if that was a result of me just being younger. That definitely could be it, but I don't know. But I just didn't I don't support a lot of what Joe Biden did. And I based off what Trump was saying, I have a lot of things the border, not being secure.
What did he do to not secure the border?
It just wasn't well patrolled, and just so many people were coming in versus now, I guess.
What policy did he change to cause it to not be patrolled well?
Yeah, I don't really know. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a huge Trump supporter, but I just feel like I just heard a ton more about people crossing over versus now.
Okay, so because there is a greater level of people crossing over at a particular time, that's indicative of them not doing as good off as a president. Well, at the end of Biden's administration, there were lower levels of border crossings than the end of Trump's administration in this first 4 years. Does that mean that Donald Trump, based upon the policy that he put in place, did worse than Joe Biden based upon the policy that he put in place?
I mean, maybe. I don't really know. Like I said, I'm not very educated, so I just you know.
What would be an example of something that you think is good for securing the border?
Just like literally just having more people on the border, just
Yeah,
I don't know, like just more secure, like more people, more border patrol and stuff like that, like monitoring it more often and like more secure. Yeah.
You know, what bill did that? The bipartisan border bill that Donald Trump called for people in Congress to undermine. That bill would have increased the presence of people that specifically were dealing with like processing asylum claims, like immigration judges, like patrol agents, things like that, and also would have built more wall than Trump ever built under his administration.
Oh, well, that's good to hear. So, yeah, thank you.
All right, appreciate you coming up.
Yep.
All right, moving on to the next guest. Here we are, everyone. Thanks for covering that. I'm sorry, I was kind of spaced out there. I'm not gonna lie. Let's go to get that next guest, Aiden, up in the box, y'all. All right, guys, we got Aiden loading up literally right now, y'all. What's going on, Aiden? Do you support Trump? Aiden dropped so very fast. Everyone, just trying to find the next debate of the day. If you're in that queue and you support Trump, let me know by spamming MAGA down below in that chat, y'all. And also, if you'd like to support me, you could find my Venmo, my PayPal, and the link tree in my bio. Get 100% of the proceeds on those platforms, as well as you could support me over on Venmo and PayPal and YouTube. And you could find the Venmo and the PayPal through the pinned message. What's going on, Mr. Brendan? Do you support Trump?
Hi. I voted for Donald Trump because he's racist.
Moving on to the next guest. Here we go. We got Patty loading into the live. Everyone, go ahead and just give us 3 seconds here to get Patty loaded in, guys.
You excited, Dean?
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm pretty hyped. I'm pretty hyped to go boots on the ground, man. It's been a while.
That's going to be cool.
What's going on, Patty? Do you support Trump? Patty's not here, and we're going to move on to the next guest. Guys, let us know in that comment section if you're MAGA. It looks like, unironically, like the only people that we've had come up and try to debate us today are just like racists, like self-proclaimed happy, proud rapists. Racists, sorry. Freudian slip. Colton, what's going on? Do you support Trump?
Yeah.
Okay, how old are you?
18.
18, what year were you born in?
2007.
2007, what month?
January 31st.
Okay, so you didn't vote for Trump, but you just do support him?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, why is that?
Because of his anti-stance on abortion.
Okay, so you think that we should further restrict access to abortion?
Yes. Why do you support abortion?
Well, I just don't think that there's anything wrong with the practice of killing a fetus, and I think that you'd have to demonstrate to me why there is.
Why is that?
Well, I
Or
don't
do you
find
want me
any
to-
reason why it would be wrong to like kill
Yeah.
a fetus before 20 weeks.
Yeah.
So what is the reason?
What is the reason? Because it's counterproductive to them achieving eudaimonia.
It's counterproductive to people achieving eudaimonia.
Yeah.
So
Why
saying
do you
that
think
abortion?
why do you think
so
it's
you-
morally permissible?
I just want to clarify. So your position is that it makes people sadder.
I said eudaimonia doesn't mean sadder, bro. It means happy. Dumbass.
So no, the opposite of eudaimonia would be more sad because eudaimonia is happiness. So the opposite of eudaimonia is sadness. So you think that
Oh, wait,
abortion should be banned because it makes people more sad?
I guess I misspoke myself. So, better to reason. I think it's morally impermissible because it's counterproductive to the fetus in achieving eudaimonia, not total overall.
So it makes a
Why do,
fetus
you
more
think
sad.
why do you think it's morally permissible?
Because okay, so your argument is that abortion makes a fetus sad?
No, it's not
No.
my argument. What?
Okay. So
I think it's counterproductive because it'll never get the chance to achieve it. Not because it's gonna not get achieve it.
oh, okay. So things that should be banned that would prevent like the chance of entities experiencing future
Yeah,
eudaimonia.
basically. So why do you think it's morally
So I mean,
permissible?
condoms would prevent, like a potential person in the future from experiencing eudaimonia. Should
No,
they be
because
banned
it's not
too?
fertilized yet. It's not fertilized yet.
Fertilization isn't required for the prevention of a future person experiencing eudaimonia, sir.
Yeah. So I value the fetus when it gets life. I guess I should say. So why do you think
So you
it's
just value-
morally
so your argument is that the fetus is valuable because it's alive?
yes.
Oh,
It's
they asked you
not
this
my
question.
entire argument. That's a straw man. That's a brutal straw man.
Do you think women who have
asking you
IUDs
a
are murderers?
question.
I'm asking Dean right now why he thinks it's morally permissible.
And do you think that women who have IUDs are murderers?
I don't think abortion is murder.
So then why should it be
So
illegal?
why do you think abortion is morally permissible?
So why should it be illegal?
Why should it be illegal? Because it's counterproductive to them achieving eudaimonia.
So are you just going to restate the claim? I'm asking, is that okay? So anything that's
you
quote
kinda
unquote adultery counterproductive to eudaimonia?
Adultery?
Yeah,
What do you mean?
like cheating on your spouse.
I would say yes.
Should it be illegal?
Yes.
Oh, so Donald Trump should be in prison for adultery?
That's not my entire reasoning. I don't even like him. Wait, when did he commit adultery?
Cheated on all 3 of his wives, dude.
Prove that.
Oh, I mean, it was
Prove
actually.
that?
Oh, I mean, actually, funny enough, it was proved consequentially
criminal court.
in the criminal court in which she was convicted of 34 felonies because the 34 felony counts was for the falsification of business records, and specifically the business records that were falsified was business checks that said they were going into his estate when in all reality they went into giving Stormy Daniels hush money.
Okay, yeah, then he should go to prison for that. So, why do you think abortion is morally permissible?
I think there's no reason that abortion is wrong.
Yeah.
In the first trimester or prior
Can you
to
elaborate on
pregnancy.
top of that?
Well, I mean, we
Prior
just,
to
we just
censorship,
don't.
okay.
Zygotes aren't people.
Yeah, like at the end of the day,
Okay,
like
so
here
prior to censorship, okay.
at the end of the day, like essentially, I feel like this is like the real position, is that we just don't find anything morally valuable about the fetus, and at the end of the day, the odin of proof to demonstrate that that something is morally valuable about the fetus would fall on like your shoulders, and you're saying that it's wrong because it's preventing like future eudaimonia.
Eudaimonia. That's how you say it. So, I guess I would just ask you why is sentience a moral qualifier?
So
What
I didn't reference sentience in my position at all. Okay, I'm gonna. You're talking to Parker. Go for it.
Okay. Why do you think sentience is a moral qualifier?
For what? Sorry.
A fetus. Why do you think
for like value?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, past or present and future subjective experience, along with being a human, or along with being a part of the human species. I think those are just valuable traits I see intuitively. Or that's what it's going to base down to if you infinitely regress the view.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. So why don't you value future sentience?
Why don't I? I just said I do in conjunction.
In conjunction, you value future sentience?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, in conjunction, I get this stance. All right. So essentially, what I'm going to ask you, right, is why shouldn't we value the sentience not in conjunction? Like, so why shouldn't we value future sentience no matter what? So like essentially, if they have the
I just feel like that would be entailing that like you're going to be valuing right like a set of conditions 0.1 second prior to conception, in which is going to utilize the same or be able to provide the same type of thing in the future. Yet we wouldn't consider that set of circumstances valuable prior to the point of conception.
Right. So I guess I'm just gonna like give a reductio on that stance, right? So essentially, what's gonna be the justifier that I can't cut off a baby's arms and legs, a fetus, before it gets sentience, right? That's gonna be my question to you.
Well, prior to it being sentient, it would be against the be a violating of it's the same way you wouldn't be able to like do it to someone who's like brain dead. Right.
Well, I mean, I'll actually hop in here. There's a lot of abortion procedures that do kind of rip the arms and legs off, and I'm not.
Yeah,
that's
when it kind of like.
I'm saying unless there's like a medical doctor that is given the permission by the family, right? That typically isn't going to be the case that happens. It depends on who has jurisdiction legally.
Yeah, but I want to ask you the same question. Slow down, Colin. No, I'm not holding on. I'm not holding on, and I'm not.
Oh, so you're mad now, I guess? Why are you mad?
No, I'm not upset. I'm just being assertive because you won't let me ask my question.
So Parker didn't actually answer the question. He appealed to legality, right? So I'm gonna ask you to answer the question.
No, I just addressed descriptively what is.
No. You kind of just said that.
Do you mind
some
if I hop in here real
jurisdictions
quick?
won't allow that.
So that's not exactly what he said.
So by the way, Dean, are you eating a strawberry or a regular Uncrustable?
It's Nutella.
I love this. It's Nutella?
Yeah, but anyways, hey.
Really? Wait, that's
Never heard of that.
Yeah, they're pretty yummy.
That doesn't sound pretty good.
So anyway, here's what I wanted to say. So you're basically asking us why we think it's wrong to just literally mutilate a fetus prior to the moment of sentience. And like generally, I think that like mutilation of a life, even if it does not have sufficient moral value to have the right to life, is wrong. I like hold this same principle towards dead bodies. And like seemingly you would be able to like kind of like point out issues with like my normative position here, because I might not be able to justify that. But I think that these same issues would like kind of exist in everybody's normative position. So like even yours, under your view, you value future sentience. So if a newborn baby,
Future sentience. What are you blabbering about?
future eudaimonia, right?
That's your second straw man of the day.
So Colin, I think that you're confused on what a straw man is. So a straw man is when you intentionally misrepresent somebody's position. I'm being good faith. I'm not trying to intentionally misrepresent you. So instead of you positing a false claim of a logical fallacy, I'd appreciate it if you try to be good faith like I am.
Wait, so I am actually being good faith.
No,
right
you're
now?
not, because
I
you
see-
just assumed that I intentionally misrepresented your position. Do you have any evidence that I intentionally misrepresented your position?
Well, I can't really see your brain thoughts. That's kind
Exactly.
of
So you don't have any evidence that I was offering you a
bad
straw
faith.
man.
Which you just that's a really bad faith question, right?
So now you're saying that it's bad faith for me to ask you for evidence for your position? Colton, if you don't stop being like this, I'm going to kick you. I'm trying to be good faith. I'm trying to just have a good faith conversation with somebody that disagrees with me. And I say, so you value future sentience, trying to just correctly represent your position from what I think you've told me so far. I'm not trying to intentionally misrepresent your position. If I'm misrepresenting your position, like, please just like fix that. Tell me what your position actually is so I could correctly represent it. But don't just go off and saying like, "Oh, Dean, you're straw manning me." And then when I like try to tell you what a straw man is, insofar as an intentional misrepresentation, and I'm not trying to intentionally misrepresent you, then you're like calling me bad faith, sir. I'm just trying to engage in like a real dialogue between two people. That's all I'm trying to do. So what we're gonna do at this point is we're going to restart. All right, and if you don't stop rage baiting, I'm gonna kick you. It's as simple as that. But I want to make it clear I'm not trying to run away from you. So I'm just going to give you one last opportunity to restart the conversation, but this time without the rage bait. So
may I one-on-one with Parker? Is that fine with you?
Are you scared of what I have to say?
Oh no, I can 1v1 you too. I can 2v1 you. I can 2v1 you guys. Come on.
Would you like the 2v2?
2v2? I don't got anybody to 2v2. I'm so lonely. I have nobody.
But anyways, listen, like the point that I was trying to get at there that I wanted to make pretty clear was you're essentially asking us under our view why we don't think it's okay to like mutilate the body of a fetus prior to sentience. I don't think that's okay. I don't think I'd be able to like to really tell you why either. For the same reason, I don't think it's okay to like mutilate a dead body, but I don't really know if I'd be able to tell you why. And like seemingly like this issue would be present under both of our views unless you've given more thought into this other random normative position that's not relevant to abortion than I have. Like for instance, you value like future eudaimonia, so relatively, or I guess assuming that there's a fetus that doesn't have any future eudaimonia, maybe they'll just never develop like a brain which is capable of deploying sentience, which would be required for a state of eudaimonia. Do you think it'd be okay to mutilate that body?
What do you mean?
Like a newborn baby with no future sentience, so they can never experience future eudaimonia, so they don't like it wouldn't follow that you'd value them. Is it okay to like just mutilate that newborn's body?
Yes, because I have no value to them.
Okay, so I mean, so see that's a difference between you and me. So I mean, you say because it doesn't fall under your very strict conjunctive moral value, it's therefore okay to do whatever the fuck you want to it. But see, like I hold an alternative position where I say, like I still think it's wrong. It's just unclear why I think it's wrong. But I don't think it has a right to life. However, like this is like another normative position that isn't my normative position, nor Parker's normative position, insofar as why we don't think abortion's wrong.
Sure, that's the beauty of subjective morality, you know. So, can I ask Parker this question again? Hopefully, he'll give me an intuitive reason why not. Or do I not have to re-ask the question, or can you just like remember the question? Do you remember the question?
Parker?
Ask me whatever question you'd like.
Right. So, before sentience has occurred, right? So, is it okay to mutilate the baby's body before sentience has occurred, fetus's body?
Didn't Dina already answer? Right. This.
Well, I'm kind of asking for your stance on it.
I have a pretty similar stance to Dean's. Like, the same thing is applicable to like people who are dead.
Basically,
right, or like brain dead individuals.
Hold on. So basically, Dean's stance, correct me if I'm wrong, is that I can't really offer you an intuitive reason. It's just wrong.
So yeah, basically my position is I think it's wrong. I can't explain why. That is an issue with my normative views, but it's an issue that is not related to my views on why I don't think abortion's wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's an issue with him saying that.
It's just a basic reductio, you know. So what about babies with anencefalo?
But my point is it's not a reductio to my position on abortion. It's like more so like because like assumingly like we would all find like categories of humans that fall outside of humans that we value. Like for instance, one category of humans that none of us value or grant the right to life to would be dead humans. But, like I don't think it's okay to like rape a dead body. I don't think it's okay to mutilate a dead body.
Yeah, of course.
So like seemingly like we attribute some level of moral value to things even if we don't grant them a right to life, which would kind of like grant like mutilation if we're wrong. The answer to the question is I don't know why, but that's not a position that's related to our stance on abortion.
You want me to let's see, reposition the question in a more
Well, I'm just
understandable way?
like,
Oh wait, can I ask him the question? Do you think it's okay to do that to dead bodies?
I already kind of answered this question. Have you been listening to the debate? I mean, you have headphones in.
I'm sorry.
It's fun. It's fun, Parker. I like the way you intuitive reasoning. I think you actually cook Charlie Kirk. I'm ready to see you guys cook him in a few days. No.
Nice. Do you think it's wrong to like mutilate dead bodies?
yeah, like
No,
a brain,
that-
like, do you think it'd be like wrong to like grape a brain dead newborn?
That's disgusting. I'm just gonna have to ask you a question. Does it have any hope for future eudaimonia? Brain dead?
It's
That
brain
doesn't
dead.
auto. Brain dead. Okay. So no, I'll just take the same stance that you have on that. Weird. It's a pretty weird question. Odd.
So you would say it's wrong, but you wouldn't be able to provide like a reason? Is that what?
That's exactly the stance that you guys. I thought that was okay in this debate. If you guys want my intuitive reasoning,
Colton, I'm glad that we could agree there.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, that's really weird.
it is wrong. Yeah. Anyways,
Yes.
Parker, take it away.
Sure.
So then, what was his argument? He didn't have shit.
Yeah. So I'll just reposition the question again, right? So is it okay, right? So a newborn baby is born. It's never had sentience in its life, right? But it's gonna get sentience in a few weeks. The doctors finally made a weird way to cure anencephalus, right? So it's gonna cure it in a few weeks. Do you think we should value it or not? But if you don't value, on the flip side, right? Freddy Krueger is gonna slice him up.
Dude, nice hypothetical, bro. This is great. I think that there's no value prior to sentience, but it would be up to like the parents.
It'd be up to the parents whether or not you could like Freddy Krueger it.
Yeah, it's not
Okay,
sentient.
yeah, I guess you hold your you know, consistent. Do you guys want to ask me any questions?
You know, I feel like my view gets a little bit deeper there. Like another I'd say like the flip side of my argument, insofar as why I don't think that abortion is wrong. It doesn't just hinge on the fact that I don't think that the fetus has moral value, but it also hinges on the fact that this thing that doesn't have moral value is ingressing upon the woman's bodily autonomy. So more so, it's like a layered argument that I don't think it's okay to like restrict upon somebody's bodily autonomy in the lack of good reason, and because no reason exists because the fetus doesn't have moral value, thereby restricting upon a woman's access to abortion is wrong. So when you like posit this hypothetical of like this newborn baby that isn't impeding upon anybody's bodily autonomy that may gain sentience in a handful of weeks, well, I mean, at that point, I might value it because it's no longer like meeting this qualifier of ingressing upon somebody's bodily autonomy with no good reason. But I don't know. Maybe I need to explore my position a little bit more. But like Colton, hey, is there anything else that you want to add on before we move on to the next guest?
No. I love debating with you. See you, man.
We're gonna gotta move on. By the way, so there's like a niche community of people on TikTok who just spend 24 hours a day debating abortion. That's it. That's all that they do. The reason I know that this community exists is because I was a part of it forever. There was like a lot of time in my life where I spent like the entirety of my day debating abortion on TikTok, and it has like a whole like sub community to it with like a bunch of people involved. Anyways, he's probably a part of those guys. What's going on, Alice? Do you support Trump?
I absolutely do not, but I just wanted to join the conversation because it seems like you guys were struggling to find some actual people who wanted to start a conversation, and I'm pretty triggering when people meet me.
Well, Alice, hey, I do appreciate you so much for joining us. We are just looking to debate Trump supporters, and I'm sorry for cutting you off, but I do hope that you have a good rest of your day.
Okay, well, I just wanted to also thank you for, being the opposite of the Jake Pauls in the world and the red pill assholes. So just thank you for what you're doing. I'm a female veteran with an IUD that the VA gave me. So I don't understand where the military and the support for Republicans comes into play when me and the people I served with overseas were not like that. I mean, in my opinion, the military in whole is basically a socialist program, or at least that's what it felt like. I had my health care paid for when I was in. I had housing, I had food, I had education. The military paid for my college. And going through all of what I've gone through, I supported Kamala Harris and the progressive views of the Democratic Party. So I I just think hearing from me might get people who are veterans and supporting the red side jumping in there, because there's nothing anybody hates more than a female veteran. So, but
Well,
thank you again for what you do.
Appreciate you.
Well, just know that I, alongside many other people in the live, thank you for your service, and
Absolutely.
thank you for continuing to fight for your country even after your service ended. And have a good rest of your day, Ellis.
You too.
What is going on, Camden? Do you support Trump?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, and how old are you?
I'm 21.
21. So why the fuck do you support the worst president of your life, Donald J. Trump?
Like, just because, like, the prices of everything were so high when Joe Biden was in office.
Okay.
How'd he cause that?
So true. So how did Mr. Daddy Joe Biden cause inflation?
I think it was just, like just not, like, having the relations with other countries that, like, Trump has.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like the horrible trade negotiations that he's trying to engage in based on the threat of tariffs.
But just real quick, because I wanted to respond specifically to what Camden just said. You just said that he caused inflation because of like worse relations with other countries. So like, that is just a completely gibberish statement. I always try to find a way to describe like what I think in my head when people say stupid shit, and I think like the best way of describing it is with an analogy. Like that sentence follows as much as the statement that Joe Biden caused inflation by like wearing a blue suit one time. Like, you know, just he caused inflation because of something else that is completely trivial and random, and it's nothing to do with the original claim, I guess. I don't know if that makes any sense. But
Yeah.
I definitely did have better relations with other countries than Trump.
Yeah, I understand that a little bit. But I
So
also
how did
wanted
he
to
cause
touch-
inflation?
I don't know. That's, to be honest, that's what I thought.
Okay, so you're just saying that it happened under his term, therefore he caused it. So when we had the highest level of unemployment since the Great Depression happened under Trump's first term in April of 2020, he caused that too?
Well, that was COVID, so obviously there was going to be some inflation.
So
when
COVID
numbers
caused it.
were.
Well, I mean, okay, well, then we'll just go second order consequence of COVID. But COVID also happened under his term, so therefore he caused COVID.
No.
Oh, okay. So seemingly your logic of it happens in the country while they're president, therefore they caused it doesn't follow. So you have no reason, even internally, to think that Biden caused inflation.
Well, I just think that because like inflation happened a ton when like Joe Biden was in office.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of inflation. Like I already pointed out, we had a lot of unemployment, the highest level in the last 100 years. You said it was caused by COVID. I think that the inflation under the Biden-Harris administration was as well. If if COVID can cause the highest level of unemployment since the Great Depression, why can't it cause a lot of inflation?
I guess it could, but like the inflation kept going on after COVID. Like is what I'm like.
Yeah, delayed effect of supply chain issues and reductions in consumer confidence and stimulus to the economy are expected. But I mean, if you're just saying that it lasted long after the pandemic ended, well, we were actually able to mitigate the inflation caused by the pandemic quicker than any other country in the G7. It lasted a lot longer in a lot of other countries because of the really good leadership of the Biden-Harris administration.
Okay, yeah, I understand that. And then I also wanted to touch on like Biden, like going back to Biden's relations, like why were there so many other wars and like problems in the world when Biden was in office?
Why were there so many wars when Biden was in office?
Or like
so
not wars,
actually-
like conflicts.
There's more conflicts going on right now. Donald Trump literally undermined like peace negotiations, right, and like the fight against and containment of Russia, right. He literally, right, did not provide any type of meaningful, right, ceasefire, right, in the context of the Israel-Palestine situation, where literally, right, he's advocating to ethnically cleanse Palestinians, 2.1 million Palestinians, right, with no right to return. Right, and turned it to a Trump Gaza, right, for real estate development, which is insane. This guy is also like talked about bombing Iran, right? He's tariffed practically every country around the world, right? Destroyed relations with our allies. Talked about annexing Canada, Greenland, and Panama. Like, dude, this guy's insane. What
But
do you mean he's better for global conflict?
I also just like want to point out that you're using the same logic to justify the first point that Biden caused inflation to justify the second point that Biden caused global conflict. You can't just say because it happened in the world while he was president that he's responsible. right?
No,
You'd
but-
have to be able to tell us exactly what he did or what he didn't do that caused these things. But I mean, honestly, I think that this argument is around 4 months outdated at this point because global tensions are objectively higher under the current Trump administration than they would have been if Kamala Harris was elected.
Yeah, but I think a lot of them started during Joe Biden.
I mean, how is this relevant? If we want to continue the furthered progression of not only America but of the world as a whole and make sure that we're heading in a positive direction, we would have wanted the administration that would have resulted in less global conflict, right? And it is objectively the case that if Kamala Harris was elected, her administration would have resulted in less global conflict.
But then why did it start more global conflict when she was in office?
How did she start more global conflict while she was in office?
I think it's just the image of Trump being a lot stronger and being more of a threat compared to when Joe Biden was in office.
Oh, well, that's not true at all. No, insofar as a threat to Russia, Democrats are more of a threat to Russia than Republicans. And my evidence for this is over the last 4 years, it was the Democrats saying, we need to save Ukraine and give them funding, money, and weapons. And it was the Republicans saying that, no, we shouldn't. Obviously, the party that wants to support the country that's being invaded is going to be more of a threat to the invader than the party that doesn't. That's common sense.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying let's take Putin inviting Ukraine, for example. I think the reason he decided to make that huge move, I know there's been conflict since 2014 and stuff like that, but I mean, the big invasion, I think was he was more scared of Trump and stuff because Trump would compared to okay, Joe Biden and Kamala, they kind of just let it happen. I know they did a ton of money there, but I feel under Trump, Trump would be no, and Trump was threatening all this stuff. He would have
What would Trump have done instead?
What?
What would Trump have done instead?
I think Trump and Putin had a much better relationship. Honestly, I think they would have just
But that's a bad thing. That's a bad thing. I have a question. Do you think that that Putin has bad goals?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you agree that Putin's a little bit crazy and would only really befriend people that would help him further his goals?
So I agree that he's a bad person and stuff, but I think it's better off with when you have someone
You're not answering the question I'm asking you, Camden. Would you agree that Putin would be more friendly to people that help him further his self-interested goals for Russia?
I guess.
Okay. So because he's more friendly with Trump than Kamala Harris, this means that Donald Trump, according to Putin, will help him more to further his self-interested goals of Russia, which we just agreed were bad, which means that he sees Kamala Harris as more of a threat. Not to mention the fact that we do have leaked Kremlin documents where Putin just straight up suggests that he thinks Donald Trump is easy to manipulate. I mean, this is seriously such a commonsensical position. He likes Trump because Trump is better for him. He doesn't like Kamala Harris because Kamala Harris is worse for him.
If he thought Trump was way more easy to manipulate than Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, then why did he invade Ukraine in 2022 and not during Trump's first term?
Well, honestly, the answer to the question is we have no clue. So none of us should be positing hypothetical scenarios that we have no evidence to justify. I could also posit the baseless hypothetical answer to that question by saying that while he had to lock and reload while Trump was president to prepare for an invasion, and as soon as he was actually ready to invade, Biden and Harris were already in office.
I mean, I guess, but
see, we just don't have evidence for these claims. We don't know. But at the end of the day, we do
I
have early
understand,
Kremlin documents where he says that he thinks Trump is easy to manipulate. We don't have any of those Kremlin documents against Kamala Harris or Joe Biden. Plus, we know that Donald Trump is furthering Russian propaganda. I think it was around a month and a half ago where we got other Kremlin documents where he was straight up funding media sources in America to try to push the narrative and convince Americans that we were sending Ukraine too much money. Who else do we see pushing that narrative? Donald J. Trump. So not only does Putin think he's easier to manipulate, not only is Putin friendlier with him because he further advances Putin's goals, but Donald Trump is literally preaching Russian propaganda. So I think that your argument here is ultimately, nothing.
Yeah, I understand that. But do you obviously want world peace, right?
Do I want peace? I think peace is pretty sick, man.
But then why don't you think Trump and Putin should have a good relationship? Because if they don't, if they're always enemies, that's never going to help with world peace.
So I think we need to understand why they'd be enemies or why they'd be friends. Putin is going to classify his enemies to people that stand in opposition of his goals, and if his goals are a threat to world peace, then being
That's
an
a
enemy in this scenario
that's
is
a
actually
hypothetical
good thing.
statement, though. You don't know that. You don't know that Putin is only going to be friends with people that want to further his goals.
We do know that. If he's willing to kill political opponents merely for like threatening his position as the president, dictator, whatever the fuck of Russia, why would he be friends with somebody that threatens that position?
Yeah, do you think that he's not going to do that? Like what? Like that's what he's done in practically every circumstance.
Yeah, I mean, like even like as it relates to Biden and Trump, he was friendlier to Trump than Biden. Trump supports no funding to Ukraine. Biden supports funding to Ukraine.
I guess what I'm trying to say is like, if Kamala Harris and Putin are such big enemies, how is that going to bring tensions down?
By fighting the invader, by fighting the force that is ethnically cleansing Ukraine, by defending Ukraine's right to exist.
So fighting more is going to bring tensions down.
Yes, because providing like a defense for Ukraine against Russia will contain Russia.
And sometimes I think that like further aggression in like the short term is a good thing, especially as it would relate to defending human rights. Like for instance, if we never pressed on requiring the American South to ban slavery in their states, the Civil War wouldn't have happened. So do you think that we should never have pushed for federal restrictions against one's ability to own slaves because it started a civil war which increased global tensions?
Wait, sorry, can you repeat that?
Do you think that we should have never pressed the American South into banning slavery because it started a civil war which increased global tensions?
Yeah, I think no, we should not. No, we should have pressed them. Yeah,
right. Because even though it increased tensions, we were defending human rights. Now, what about Germany in World War II? Do you think that we should have never gotten involved in World War II on the European front because it increased global tensions?
That's different though. That's discrimination and stuff.
It's not different at all because the justification for that involvement was the fact that Nazi Germany was violating human rights, and that is my exact justification insofar as why I think that support for Ukraine is a good thing. It's because Russia's violating human rights. I find that the ethnic cleansing of hundreds of thousands of Ukrainians is quite frankly appalling. I think that their claim to territory that is not theirs is appalling, and I believe that holding a red line against human rights violations while defending Ukraine's right to self-determination is a very good thing, right? So, I mean, even if that causes Russia to be up in arms, well, so be it, because I defend human rights.
So when Pearl Harbor randomly bombed Hawaii in World War II, did that lower tensions too? Because they were pressing against us?
What?
When Pearl Harbor bombed Hawaii in World War II, did that cause tensions to go up or down?
Did Pearl Harbor increase or decrease tensions? Pearl Harbor increased tensions.
Yeah, and that was the start of another war. So let me know how.
How is defending Ukraine after we have an agreement signed with them anywhere near comparable to Pearl Harbor?
Yeah. Are you saying that the bombing of Pearl Harbor is synonymous with the bombing of like Russian deployments that have been tasked with killing innocent Ukrainians?
No. So World War II, was the U.S. involved in World War II very severely before Pearl Harbor? No, they were not.
Right.
So is the U.S. severely involved in Ukraine and Russia right now? Other than donating money, are they severely involved? No, not really. So tell me how the U.S. going in there and starting another war would lower tensions.
I'm confused of what you're asking. When you say like the U.S. going in there, do you mean like putting boots on the ground?
Yes.
Okay, well, Kamala Harris didn't support putting boots on the ground, but it's actually funny because this furthers my point. You're saying that like NATO boots on the ground in Ukraine is a bad thing that we should try to avoid at all costs, right?
I think what I'm trying to say is
Camden, I just want an answer to my question. Do you think that NATO boots on the ground in Ukraine is a bad thing that we should try to avoid at all costs?
Yes.
Okay, then you should have voted for Kamala Harris, so further continued funding to Ukraine could have occurred, because the moment that Donald Trump pulled the funding to Ukraine, all of a sudden we now see UK and France vocalizing their consideration of deploying their boots on the ground to pick up the slack that was lost when we stopped sending the money. So it is a case that revoking support for Ukraine not only leads to more human rights violations against Ukrainians, but it leads to other countries in NATO now considering putting their boots on the ground to fight and kill Russian troops, which under your view leads to heightened levels of global tensions. So you just told us that we should have voted against Donald Trump at all costs.
But I also don't support the funding to Ukraine at all.
But
Like,
objectively, under your own view, funding for Ukraine leads to lower levels of global tension than stopping the funding for Ukraine, because that's when the other NATO countries say, "Well, now we got to put our boots on the ground. We're not working in a vacuum here." I feel like so many people think about this issue of Russia and Ukraine in a vacuum, where it is just the U.S. that is supporting Ukraine, and if we support them more, the war is emboldened. If we support them less, the war disappears. Okay, that's not true, because there's a shit ton of other countries with more virtuous leaders than our own that also support human rights, that also think we should hold a red line against Russia. And when we stopped supporting Ukraine, they stepped up and they said, we're going to pick up that slack, and now we're considering putting boots on the ground, which will lead to increases in global tension.
yeah, I understand that, but I don't support just putting the like if all of NATO is like, yeah, we're gonna put boots on the ground. Yeah, I support that because that's a ton of countries. You're not wasting as many, like it's not unnecessary American lives if it's just us. It's however many other countries like NATO putting troops on the ground. It's a lot more power and it's like a lot more diverse.
Wait, NATO's not putting troops on the ground when it comes to Ukraine.
Wait, now you're justifying putting boots on the ground? So you told me, not joking, 2 minutes ago, that we should avoid NATO boots on the ground fighting Russian troops at all costs.
I'm saying avoid just America going in there by itself and just trying to spark stuff.
So why is American boots on the ground bad, but NATO boots on the ground good?
Because it's more diverse. It's a ton of countries and it's a lot more force than just one country. It's however many countries all against instead of just one.
I mean, right now it's only 2 countries considering putting boots on the ground.
That's still a ton more than just the U.S.
I think by the numbers you're wrong. I'm pretty sure that our military is significantly bigger than both the UK's military and France's military combined.
It is.
Yeah, I understand that, but if you have the U.S. combined with who is it, France and the UK, then it's a lot stronger and it's a lot
I know,
less
but no, the fact that the UK and France are now considering putting boots on the ground is predicated on the U.S. pulling all support.
Yep.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have happened before that.
That's my point.
So actually, you're making it more likely that there's going to be a WW3 conflict.
Yeah, that's the whole argument here.
I guess. But
I guess, yes.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know.
All right. Well, is there anything else you want to talk about, or ads?
No. Thank you.
All right.
Moving on to the next guest, you guys. Let's go and see who's next. All right, you guys. Real quick. Oh my God, Hannah! Sorry, Briar! Thank you for the $50 donation over on Venmo. Thank you so much for the love, Briar. Everybody, could we please get 500 W Briars down below in that comment section? That is BRIAR. Briar says 3 days excited to see y'all here. Well, I mean, hopefully, we're able to give y'all a good time. I'm really anxious about, not giving the people that are showing up a good time, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. But thank you so much for the $50, Briar. If everybody could please show some love to Briar down below in the chat, that'd be so incredibly kind. And then also Claudia! Claudia, thank you so much for the $50 on Venmo as well. Dude, you are the best, Claudia. Everybody, please show some love to Claudia and Briar down below in that comment section, literally right now. That is so incredibly kind of you. Thank you so much, Briar and Claudia. You guys are the best. Huge shout out to Briar and Claudia. And then also, Alex, thank you for the $20 on Venmo for the Uncrustable Fund. You are awesome. I love watching you pick these Trump supporters and educate people. Dude, W Briar, W Claudia, and W Alex specifically for the W Uncrustable Fund. I love these little shits right here. Now, Samantha, what is going on? Welcome into the live Do You Support Trump?
I actually just had a really important argument for you guys.
Yeah, Samantha, feel free to join either of our Discords. And give it in there. We'd love to hear from you, as well as I bet the rest of our community would. However, on live, we are only looking to debate some Trump supporters. We're going to move on to the next guest. Go ahead and drop a maggot down below in that comment section if you'd like to join up. It looks like the live is capped, limited, something like that.
Yeah, I think it is now.
I don't know why. It wasn't yesterday. What the fuck, TikTok? What's up, Alan? Do you support Trump? Bad echo. Moving on to the next guest.
How long are you gonna be live today?
4 hours. Got another 3 hours to go.
You're going about 1 hour in. 50. Thank you for the $5. Thank you.
No, I'm actually
You're
2
3
hours
hours
in.
more.
I'm 2 hours in.
So you got 2 more hours.
Yeah.
I was like, I've just about 2 more hours left too.
Yeah. What's going on, Clay? You support Trump?
Oh my god, hold on. Dad. So, debate him.
Hello, Clay's father.
I don't fuck around.
Wait, Clay's father. Wait, listen. Hey, Clay's dad. My name is Clay's dad. My name is Dean. I'm a liberal, and I really like talking to people that support Trump because I think I could convince you that Trump is a really bad president, and I don't think that you have any reasons why he's a good president. Oh, man. You know what? Hey, Clay, if you're still listening, good try. Good try, Clay. Good try, man. We all yeah. W kid. We're gonna go to move on to the next guest. We got our 6 loading up. Good try, Clay. All right, we're gonna go and get that next guest up here literally right now, everyone. Go ahead and just give us a minute, y'all. I'm likely with it. That would be nice. Still looking for that next guest, man. Hey, guys, if you're a Trump supporter, drop a maggot down below in that chat. Parker, if you want to help me pull up somebody, that'd be great.
I got you.
What's going on, Lucy? Do you support Trump? Lucy's not here, quite frankly. That's the truth. Moving on. Hello, Duggan. Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Danny, do you support Trump?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. All right. Danny and Dugan. All right. Here's what I'm going to have you guys do. I want y'all to tell us why Trump is a good president, and then I'm going to tell you why you're wrong, quite frankly.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
What?
I'll start.
I
think he's had much better policy when it comes to the border. 1,000%.
Okay. I have a question.
Yes.
Do we need to reduce undocumented migration into America in the long term?
Yeah.
Name one policy Donald Trump has even announced that will reduce undocumented migration into America in the long
I
term.
mean, it doesn't have to be. It's not policy. It's just fact. I mean, within the first day of him.
So what did he do?
He came the day he came in. He brought it down from 10,000 or something coming in every single day, all the way down to like 100 something. Like he's brought it down.
Okay, well those numbers are way wrong, but okay.
That's not true. You can look it up. You can look it up.
So we did not see a reduction from 10,000 per day to 100 per day, but here's what I will say. We did see a sharp decline. All right, that's
Right.
true. One of the reasons we saw a sharp decline was because he deployed the National Guard to the border. And I don't care. I think that's like putting a Band-Aid on a bullet wound. We need to address why there's so many individuals coming into America with the use of undocumented means in the first place to have any type of successful long-term solution. And I actually want to start with that question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why so many individuals have chosen to enter into America with the use of undocumented means compared to legal avenues of entry over the last 4 years?
I mean, it does vary. Obviously, there's many different answers when it comes to. I mean, you could say.
I think it ultimately boils down to one. It boils down to one answer.
Yeah, I can say it. I think genuinely it's because how much times a day do you suck Dean's dick, nigger?
That wasn't. Yeah.
TikTok, we kicked Danny. Don't ban my stream. If you see this video later, because this did get me banned, please approve my appeal. We kicked him for violating the terms of service as you require.
And if we do get banned, go to the you get banned.
Yes, I don't know what that was about, but
Your mic cut out there. But if we do get taken down, head over to the YouTubes. Now go ahead, Dugan.
Yep.
Do you want to try to answer my question?
Yeah, I'm assuming. I believe your answer is probably right too, but I think that you could boil it down to drugs. You could boil it down to.
So say DRUGS. You have to spell it out for TikTok terms of service.
Oh, I'm sorry. DRUGS.
So what the fuck do you mean we could boil down undocumented entry into America to DRUGS? I'm really curious.
You could do it for.
I want you to flesh out this position.
I'm just saying like the drug use and or
Dude,
sorry,
DRUGS, come on, man.
DRUGS in Mexico or am I allowed to say sex trafficking?
Well, you can say. I'm just gonna give this a quick response so we can move on
Yeah.
to something else that may not get our live restricted.
Okay.
85 to 90% of the DRUGS that come into this country across the southern border are brought across by citizens.
Not undocumented immigrants. So
Boom.
why are you blaming undocumented immigrants for problems that citizens create?
I mean, I feel I don't know that. I've never heard of that before. I've never heard that was that.
It is a fact. It's also a pretty intuitive one. I mean, hey, who undergoes more scrutiny at the southern border? Citizens or non-citizens? Who can the Border Patrol literally arrest with the given probable cause of them being in this country without residency by illegally crossing over the border? Boom, not citizens. Citizens, they get a walk scotch-free, all constitutional rights apply. There's no immediate reason for any suspicion or arrest. They get to go right through.
Okay. I can't.
Oh, and Breyer, thank you so much for the $50. Thank you so much on Venmo. Can we get some W's for Breyer in the comment section for the $50? Thank you so much. Holy shit, I really appreciate it. Thank you.
I can't. I mean, I can't. I'm not going to say 100% that that's wrong. I've never heard that before personally, so I can't 100% say that that's wrong. Can I ask you a question? Do you think that illegal immigrants should be coming over the border?
No.
Okay, so
you do expand on that though?
Yeah, go for it.
And so this is going to be an interesting answer to your question. So I want you to listen closely. No, I don't think that undocumented migrants should be coming into America. But the question is why? Well, I think the ultimate root cause of undocumented entry into this country is neglected, depraved, slow, inexpensive legal means of entry into this country. And that is what has incentivized so many people to enter in with the use of undocumented means. And I think that we have an obligation not only to the American people, but also to the migrants to reduce undocumented entry into this country by making the legal means of entry significantly more efficient. Okay? This way, we are giving the migrants that want to become American residents or citizens a higher quality of life under said processes, but we're also ensuring that everybody that comes into our country is somebody who we know, somebody that's vetted, and it really addresses everyone's concerns, right? And I guess the issue here is that Donald Trump has never passed any policy to make the legal means of entry into this country better. And to take it a step further, he's never even done as much as stood in front of a mic at a podium and said that's something he wants to do. He's much more focused on scaring Americans into thinking that undocumented migrants are the devil, even though in every single conceivable statistic, they perform better than citizens, rather that be a lower disposition to any form of crime or being a productive provider benefiting less off of the money they paid to the IRS. He would rather convince people that undocumented migrants are the devil, that we should be disgusted and repulsed by them. So then he could go out and do his rally cry of saying he's going to stop it, even though he does nothing to stop undocumented entry in the long term. And he just uses it as a way to rally and grow his base.
Okay, so to speak on that, you do know that there are illegal immigrants that are doing illegal things. They're coming into this country. They're selling drugs. They're killing people and all that kind of stuff.
Bro, I told him, how many times did I tell him, Parker?
Multiple. He's just not gonna listen.
Yeah.
He wasn't good at listening to the arguments or the instructions for the live.
Yeah.
Surprise. Yo, Luke, did you vote for Donald Trump?
Luke?
I am your father.
Donald Trump 2024.
Hey, Luke, it's 2025.
He was elected.
Silly fetus and their misconceptions of math. Oh.
Mega math, I tell you.
Yo, Christian's back. Parker, I want to sit back and just watch you have a conversation with this guy.
Hello, gentlemen. How are you doing?
Welcome back, Christian.
Is
well,
this,
wait. I'm sorry. I'm
is
actually
this
having a hard time
is
hearing
this
you. Could you repeat
Thomas
that?
Sowell?
Yeah, this is the Thomas Sowell guy. Do you want to have like do you want to have a conversation with
Sure,
him?
I'll have a fleshed out conversation with him.
Okay, but before we do, I also just want to thank Savannah for the $5 super chat over on YouTube. And if you're watching on TikTok, please double tap away in that phone screen. And if you'd like to support me, guys, you could find my Venmo, my PayPal, and the link tree in my bio. I get 100% of the proceeds on those platforms. It supports the
Same
stream
here.
and allows us to continue to do what we do. Same thing is true for Parker, as well as you'll get a notification at the top of my phone screen where I can read out your name and an attached message as well as the amount. But anyways, take it away. I want to hear Mr. Christian have a one-on-one conversation with Parker.
Christian says, I hate that this guy has my name. I keep getting shocked. Go ahead, Christian.
What?
It's a different Christian.
Oh,
Not
I'm sorry.
Lita.
So, anyways, like I was, so I don't have the gals here with me now, so this should be just a little bit easier. So one thing that I was trying to convey earlier is the fact that, one of the things that I was trying to reference from Thomas Sowell's perspective on the economy is the fact that we as a country, we have continuously required the need to adjust to economic markets and specifically market forces, right? So, for example, with the Bretton Woods Agreement, we had to we decided to put ourselves into that economic powerhouse, and we adopted that, which then eventually we had that gold standard basically abandoned by Nixon in 1971 due to the fact of the increasing rise of the U.S. dollar. And specifically, we either had to choose between expanding the dollar and by buying up more gold or finding more gold, which is not very likely, or we could abandon the gold-backed system and we could essentially adopt basically what we have now, which is the Federal Reserve, which, the Federal Reserve was constructed, I believe, in 1971. I might be a little off by years there. You guys can double check me there. But my point to that is that this, I think, is the next economic change, and Trump is going to he's going to be able to allow us to have our cake and eat it too by allowing us to still be the main currency in reserve for most countries, and still have our buying power, but decrease the amount of money that we have to print to maintain the market. I mean, we are printing money like no other for.
Can I respond to that, Christian?
For the economy. I mean, to some degree, I think this could. Yes, please, Parker.
Yes. Did you know that Donald Trump signed off on more debt-related spending by $4 trillion, over
Yes.
$4 trillion comparative to the Biden-Harris administration? So, if anyone caused a greater level of printing, it was going to be Trump.
Right, but they're also trying to balance the books, which I think everyone can agree, and that was on
he's
both
not.
Democrat and. Oh, come on now. Doge has shown some interesting situations.
Oh,
I mean, I don't think
How much
all
waste
that's-
spending have you got from Doge?
I don't know. I haven't seen any recent updates on it yet.
What was the last one you saw?
I would say about about three weeks ago.
How much?
Huh?
How much was it?
No, I said I saw it about 2 or
I know.
2 or 3 weeks ago. The last
Yeah.
cost.
And how much was it?
Oh, I don't want to quote that without actually looking back at it because I am horrible with my commas here. Let's see.
Do you have a general range?
I think we were in the ballpark of about 10, if I remember right. I might be wrong.
10 billion?
No, 10 million.
That's nothing.
Oh, that's not bad at all. Keep in
For a
mind,
federal government of trillions of dollars a year?
no, for what Doge has cost us.
No, I'm not asking how much Doge cost us. I'm asking you how much has Doge saved us in waste?
Oh, hang on a second. Here, I'll just do a cursory glance here on Google. Let's see.
Because Donald Trump not only signed off on over 4 trillion more debt-related spending, but the campaign plans for his next administration would cause 4 trillion more debt-related spending comparative to Harris's campaign plans on a central estimate from the Committee for Responsible Federal Budget.
Well, let's see. According to a couple of different, well, actually, I'll just do the average here. So let's say about 115 billion. That's the, I guess, lucrative side of things, and other people are saying up to 10 billion. So, sorry,
Either
the 10
either
billion
or
was,
is significantly
afterwards, so between 10 and 115 billion.
yeah, either or is significantly less than the 4 trillion.
Well, right, but you're not going to be able to change the entire market within, let's say, 2 years or even 4 years. I mean,
he's not going to be able to get any more than that. That's 110 billion over the next 10 years.
Yeah, I understand that. I mean, I'm not necessarily sitting here saying that it's the most flawless method, but I honestly don't think that it would have been any better than the 20 or 28% increase in corporate taxes.
So it's not a 28% increase. It's increased to 28%, which is 7% lower than what it was under Obama. How come it could work under Obama, but apparently it can't work now? 7% lower.
Well, I still don't necessarily think that that's going to be beneficial either. I mean, if you raise corporate taxes, you're not going to necessarily see a boost in the economy. You're going to see...
Oh, now you care about the boost in the economy? The Atlanta Fed just projected Trump's going to lead us to a recession, 3.7% decline in the first quarter of 2025 for GDP.
Well, and like I said, with what I think he's trying to do, which is trying to... basically reset our global position using our buying power. And basically he's trying to do what Nixon and Woodrow Wilson did before him. He's trying to reset where we are at in the financial market.
Yeah, and that's going to lead to lower levels of GDP. It's going to harm American business because they rely on aspects of the production process that come from countries around the world. It's going to destroy our relationships with our allies, our trade negotiations with countries around the world. Donald Trump is an irreparable threat to... What's up?
So do you look upon Woodrow Wilson favorably?
No.
Okay. Do you look at Nixon favorably?
No.
Why not? They basically built the economy that you value.
Woodrow Wilson was like an insane racist, right?
I'm not asking that. I'm asking about economic policy, which is, and that's what we're arguing.
So what was so great about their economic policy? Other than I mean, I do agree with like the moving off of the gold standard. I think that was good.
But moving off of the gold standard removed our ability to back up what we have, and that has caused more inflation.
No, it hasn't. No, wait, inflation isn't
yes,
bad.
It has. Because we're printing money with rampant regard.
Inflation isn't necessarily bad up to a certain extent because it's good for like incentivizing investment.
Well, yes, there are some good aspects of I'm going to say inflation, but when it runs rampant like it has, that's not necessarily good either. When we can't keep printing money, eventually
who led to more printing of money? Who led to more debt-related spending? Donald Trump. So if you actually cared about any of those things that you just said you care about, you would not have voted for Donald Trump. You wouldn't support Donald Trump.
Well, right now, this is what is necessary. I don't think that when you look at it from
it's necessary
historic perspective, the Democrats haven't necessarily proven to be all that successful with it. They've not been successful with the company pocketbook.
What are you talking about? I just gave you an example of how Democrats are better than Republicans, and you're just like, nope, I'm not going to look at that.
You suggested the fact of one financial increase. That doesn't necessarily mean the historical context of the entire U.S. budget.
I referred to the debt-related spending. Yeah, I'm referencing the two candidates. Look what they did.
So what you're suggesting is the fact that we should just take into consideration the policies of these two candidates, and we don't even remotely look at what the history of their policies have been, and consider whether or not
we look at the history of those two candidates. He muted himself. And then Veronica, thank you for the $10 on Venmo. Thank you, Veronica.
What?
Oh wow, I've been like doing two things at once, and I come back. Has there been any progression in the conversation?
Nope. Kick him.
Okay, bye, Christian. Woo! Moving on to the next guest. If you're in that queue, make sure that you voted for Trump. We're gonna get that next guest up here right now, y'all. Keep in mind, if you are in that queue, make sure that you're not a liberal. Make sure that you don't support Kamala Harris. Make sure that you didn't support Joe Biden. Make sure that you do indeed shut the boot of Donald J. Trump. If you're in that queue, just looking for people that support the current president. Where are they at?
J. Trump, the president of the United States
Quite frankly,
of America.
Quite frankly, that's
America.
right. We're gonna go to get that next guest up here, but oh my God, whoa, holy shit, guys, give me one moment here. Miles, thank you so much for the $50 donation over on Venmo. I want to see 1,000, W Miles down below in that chat. While we're getting that next guest up on the live, once again, that is MYLES. Miles says, thank you for educating me and plenty of others on the world of politics. Spin this uncrustable money wisely. Thank you so much for the love, Miles. 1,000 Miles W's down below right now. Savannah, hi. Do you support Trump?
Oh my God, no! I love you guys so much. I just wanted to say hi. I'm sorry.
Appreciate you.
Savannah, quite frankly, hello to you too. We are going to go to move on. And then also, Sid, thank you so much for the $25 donation over on Venmo. Sid, thank you so much. I also read your message there. You're so incredibly kind. I love you, Sid. Guys, let's get 250 Sid W's. And then also, Veronica, thank you so much for the $10 over on Venmo. Saying, I appreciate what you and Parker are doing for the youth. As a millennial, it makes me so hopeful for a future. Don't stop ever. Veronica, you are incredibly awesome. Everybody, please show some love to Veronica down below. You guys are all so cool.
And then Christian with the $50. Thank you so much, Christian, for the $50 on PayPal for consider this a palate cleanser for the mind. So the name Christian is associated with me and not the previous guest. Yeah, thank you so much, Christian, with the $50 on PayPal. Thank you so much, Christian. Let's get some W's for Christian in the comment section right now.
And then Christian also said the same exact thing to me. Thank you for the $50, Christian. 500 Christian W's down below. Then also Emily with the $10, 100 W's for Emily. And then Esmeralda with the $75 over on PayPal. Thank you so much for the love, Esmeralda. Esmeralda says, I literally love your content so much. Also, please convince my dad that being a liberal doesn't mean being a Satanist. Dude, Esmeralda, you got to get your dad on the live, bro. Guys, everyone, please show some love to Esmeralda. That is so much money. I do not deserve that. Thank you so much. That is so incredibly kind. Thank you so much. Queenie, what's going on? Do you support Trump?
Yes.
Queenie, how old are you?
25.
25.
So why'd you vote for Donald Trump?
Because my Christian parents told me to. I didn't do any research beforehand, and I regret it.
Okay, Queenie, honestly, I feel like this live is the best place for you to be. Just kind of watching and learning. I will say this, though. You could always lie to people in your life about who you voted for. Unironic, it is the best way to immediately and quickly resolve any potential conflict that could be brought about via a vote for a particular candidate. Now, of course, it doesn't fix the root concerns, but it addresses them for the immediate future. And we are banned. Banned. What the fuck? Motherfucker. We got banned. Of course we did. All right, let's wait for that appeal to go through. We're going to see if it gets denied or approved. If it gets denied, I want to play the clip of whatever got us taken down. I bet it'll end up being funny because it's going to be like somebody doing something bad. And then I'm like, TikTok, please don't ban me. Like, we kicked them. I followed your COS. Yeah, Jesus Christ, guys. TikTok is so bad when it comes to the TOS. Somebody said in the comment section, guess the slur. Don't actually do that. Don't actually do that. I have a feeling it says sexual exploitation. I think it'll be the person that said that he wanted to like rape my girlfriend because it says like sexual exploitation. I think that'd be my guess. That'd be my guess. Okay. All right. So yeah, we submitted the appeal. Let's see if it goes through. And we will wait. Typically it takes like 4 minutes for the appeal to go through. So it'll be rather quick. For everybody coming in from the YouTube, for everyone coming in from the TikTok, thank you so much for the love. You guys are so incredibly awesome. Anyways, guys, make sure that you're hitting that thumbs up button while you're watching the YouTube stream. We're going to go ahead and wait another couple minutes, see if the appeal goes through, see if the appeal doesn't go through. And then if it doesn't go through, I think I have another backup account. If I don't, we're going to go live on @DNCDean. So Don't worry. We have a setup system here for other accounts for us to pivot to and to go to when needed, and we will be a-okay. All right. Then also I think that Parker's live. You know what? Appeal not approved. Okay. All right. Well, and they didn't give me like a clip of the ban either. Great. Nice, man. This is sweet, dude. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, man. W-ban! W-ban! Thank you. How much I can respond to. Well, give me 1 second, guys. All right, you guys, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and go live on @DNCDean. So that's where we're going to be heading right now, just getting a screenshot of the ban off to my people, so hopefully they can help me fix it. Bada boom, bada bang, we are done. I got a text from somebody. I don't know who's texting me, though. All right, there it is. Okay, let's go live on @DNCDean, y'all. The one thing about DNCDean is that the moment it gets taken down, or so like the moment that we get a violation, the moment somebody says something that we think could violate the live, I essentially have to end the stream. So the reason why I got to do that is just because we're already on account ban warning and I don't want to lose full access. And that's about it. Let's go and get the mic plugged into the computer. Great, great, great. Hello. There we are. Phenomenal. Hello. Welcome in, everyone. We are back. Shark, thank you for the $10 super chat saying, respect everything you do, man. Actively making our country a better place to live. Shark, you're awesome. I love you. And then also, Samantha, thank you for the $20 over on Venmo. Thank you so much, Shark and Samantha. You guys are both awesome. Samantha says, people who say that an IUD passing a FERT egg is abortion should know that this is something that happens when people try to get pregnant. People pass fertilized eggs with or without birth control. Therefore, a FERT egg cannot constitute life without saying all women are murderers. Med student. I bet the argument would be something to do with like intention. I don't know. You'd have to ask them though. I would say that there is a lot of reductios that have to do with killing zygotes that would make women murderers in accordance with pro-life worldviews. So, yeah. Okay. Looks like somebody just went to the account @DNCDean and it says in the bio, it says not actually Dean. Yeah, it does. The reason it says that is because we got like permanently banned for impersonation. So I actually have like a couple accounts of mine where it says in the bios of them that it's not actually me. Just to like quickly get around like TikTok's auto mod. Like I just say that it's a parody of myself. You guys are saying that you can't find DNCDean? What? You should be able to find it. Just look up DNCDean. Let me see if I could look it up and find it. Okay, I'm not live there yet. Can you find the account, though? Yeah, it pops up for me. Yeah, I can't find it. Which account is it? @DNCDean. It's not showing you live. Yeah, I'm not live yet. Can you pin it? What the heck? Okay, hey, Parker's FaceTiming. Hey, man. Discord bet. Maybe refresh? You can find it. Okay, you guys did find it. It's @DNCDean. I was worried. Like, what if it was shadow banned? Let's get Parker on the line real quick. Bada boom. Let's call him. Let's get him up here.
I tell you, it's incredible what's going on here. It's incredible. The Discord, it's working.
Yeah, we got banned. We got banned. Appeal not approved, man.
You know, Justin, thank you for the $5. Thank you very much.
Wow, thanks for interrupting me, Parker. Oh, he didn't even hear me.
We'll give it a second, everyone. All right, everyone, give it a second, y'all.
This motherfucker.
We're going to start getting some debates here in a second, y'all. Dean's gonna be coming back. Give it a second. I'm gonna
Can he
call
hear
with
me?
Dean. It's just it has to like. Oh, Dean.
Hi.
I didn't quite hear you, but I do see the thing is going off. Let me make sure that it's. I think it's me. I think it's a me problem. It is a me problem.
Oh, he
Hold up.
literally couldn't hear me.
It's me. It's a me problem. I hear you now.
Hello?
What's up?
Yo!
Hello. I hear you.
Hey, man. How you doing?
How you doing?
Doing all right. We got a ban on the account, unfortunately.
And you didn't get it back.
No, appeal not approved, quite frankly. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go live on @DNCDean, and then once I get my first, whatchamacallit, it's like the threat of a ban. I'm gonna go ahead and just end the live.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
And we could do. Do you have another account for
battles?
later?
I don't know. Let me check.
Let's go look because
Yeah.
I'd love to do some battles if we have some time.
Yeah.
Probably here in like 35 minutes. I wanted to do it to get to 4 hours of like typical stream.
Yeah. That works. Here, talk to my chat for
Alright.
1 second while I listen to this real quick.
All right, what's up, everyone in Dean's chat? Dean's chat. You know, later when we have battles, I tell you, you gotta help us win. We gotta help us win. We have to. We have to win. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a hard fight against Dean's dream team squad. But I promise you, I think we could come out on top if we fight harder than we've ever
Whoa.
done before.
Hey, is it even worth it to do any more debates? Because I have like another hour and a half, maybe like 45 minutes of debates.
If you just wanna get off and go do battles, I'm down to do that. We can give ourselves a little bit of extra time today because it's been so rough recently. But
Yeah. And then also, what propaganda were you spreading to the chat?
I wasn't spreading any propaganda, only facts, only true statements.
Well, I saw somebody in my chat said, Parker with a sad face.
What do you mean?
Somebody in the comment section said, Parker with a sad face.
I wasn't doing any propaganda. I was just being nice.
Were you emotionally manipulating my fan base? Quite
No.
frankly.
No, I was saying that like we'd win if we try our hardest. That's all I said.
Oh,
You know
Parker.
what? They love the Parker propaganda. I tell you.
Hey, how about this? I feel like I haven't really done enough debates today. You know what I mean?
Do you want to try to get people through my StreamYard?
We could.
I can make it so that I can make it so that your chat can hear it.
Well, let me ask you two. Let's ask the people watching. Would you guys prefer that we just do debates on YouTube or
Like for like the next 35 minutes, or we try to get some. We could start a live and we could just do that.
Yeah,
if you
I
wanna
could just do DNC Dean.
Up to you. You pick either or.
Yeah, do like debates on DNC Dean for another 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah, I think 30, 35 minutes, a little bit less than that.
Okay, that works perfectly with me. Let's do that. Hey, for everyone watching, right now, we're going to be heading over to @DNC Dean on TikTok. I do those streams off the computer. Keep in mind, just if there's anything that is said that might violate the TOS, I got to end the stream. So, Parker, be
Impossible.
extra,
Think of it 10 Canadian. I will. I promise.
be extra careful.
I promise. I will. I will be extra careful. I tell you, carefuler than I've ever been before.
So based. All right, guys. Sorry. I just have to open up I have to open up the YouTube stream on the laptop because I have to close out of Google Chrome on the PC in order for everything not to lag to shit because I only have like 16 gigabytes of RAM.
Oh, jeez, you need to get more. Tree, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much.
I know. I do. I just haven't.
Oh, Tree, that's rough.
I just haven't invested the time into it yet, you know?
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. All right, guys. Everyone, be patient. Give us a minute, y'all. We are going to get the debates underway very soon. That's right, very soon.
Also, everyone, I think I have a YouTube video dropping at like 6 o'clock as well. I've been doing 2 recently. I've upped it to 2.
2 a day?
Yeah.
Dang. Very nice.
It's gonna be uploading. I think 6 o'clock. Yep, 6 o'clock. And I already have one posted from today. That was 34 minutes. The two from today, everyone. MAGA lady embarrassed by her own argument, and then MAGA man stunned when I show him basic facts.
All right.
The two. And then, by the way, if anyone wants to see me debate that one like fucking weirdo that debated Sam Cedar on Jubilee, I also posted that one recently. He posted the video of him debating me, and his own comment section was going against him. Chat. It was really funny.
All right, guys. We're going to go live on TikTok now. DNC Dean on TikTok, to be more precise. Give me a minute. Just got to close out of every other... Oh, Parker, this is going to disconnect the call. I got to shut down Discord.
All right, got you. See ya.
See ya. Everybody, I just have to disconnect every other program that I currently have running on my computer and then open up TikTok Studio so we could do it without any lag. I have just enough CPU power to be able to run TikTok live and OBS simultaneously, but anything else on top of that is cooked. Yeah, that's about it. Okay. All right. Phenomenal. Here we go, guys. Loading up TikTok Studio. Bro, okay, by the way, I wanted to just bring this up real quick. I don't know what started this like trend or whatever, but I've seen like a couple videos on my For You page. I'm literally gonna read it off. This one, for instance, has like 22,000 likes. And like there's a bunch like it. It says, and I quote, "No, because I would not have guessed Dean Withers would be packing that much heat in the pants, bro, because what the fuck?" And then like I've been able to find like a billion other videos that say the same thing. Like here's another one with 26,000 likes that says the same thing. "No, I would not have guessed Dean Withers would be packing that much heat in the pants, bro, because what the fuck?" Oh, another one. One day ago by Clayton White. Same thing. "No, because I would have not have guessed that Dean Withers would be packing that much heat in the pants, bro, because what the fuck?" Dude. What is this shit? I mean, what is this actual brain rot? Like, no. This is like late stage brain rot. Like there's more value in diverting your attention to watching wet paint dry type shit than like watching this video. Like, I don't know. And like all of these videos are like hinting at like a leak, you know, like Dean leaked. You could go see Dean's dick on the internet. You can't. So like I don't know why why there's been so many people that have posted this. I found this last night. And it's confused the hell out of me, quite frankly. Very weird and gross. Also like very like, especially from like my perspective. Like, imagine if you were like, because this is how it happened. Imagine if you were laying in your bed, getting ready to sleep. All right. You're scrolling on your For You page, and then you just find a video that says, okay, I guess this would only work for other dudes, but rephrase it in your own head if, you know, you're not a dude. It says, "No, because I would not have guessed, insert your name, would be packing that much heat in the pants, bro, because what the fuck?" It's weird as fuck. Imagine how you'd feel. That'd be so weird. Anyways, that's about it. Somebody in the comment section says, Tubbo mentioned you on his podcast. I think I saw a clip of him talking to, what's his face? Tommy about me? Because I was supposed to fight Tubbo. Yeah. I was supposed to fight Tubbo on iDubbbz's boxing tournament thing. And it didn't end up working out. I had to back out of it because that was when I had gotten kicked out of my brother's house and I was staying with my grandparents and I just didn't really have any permanent living situation. So at the time, the thought of like trying to figure out my living situation while also trying to do my live streams while also trying to train for boxing, it was just really, it was too much. So I had to back out. But that would have been fun. Have I seen the iDubbbz concept cop yet? No, I haven't watched it yet. Yeah. iDubbbz actually, you know, he's a big fan of me, surprisingly. He reached out on Twitter last year. And then I ended up having a couple conversations with him just on the phone. He's pretty progressive now. Big change. That guy has done a 180, dude. All right, we're gonna go live on TikTok at DNC Dean. Doing it right now. People in the comment section are saying this debate is not going anywhere. We're not doing a debate. Now we are, though. All right, guys. Hey, if you are tuning in to the live over on TikTok, welcome in, you guys. So good to see each and every single one of y'all. Make sure that we are double tapping away on that phone screen, and make sure that we're sharing this live out with a handful of friends. And yeah. All right, y'all. Hello, 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 hello. If you are watching the stream over on TikTok and you support President Donald Trump, let me know in that comment section right now, and we will pull you up here for a debate. And then also, Samantha, thank you so much for the $5 on Venmo. But anyways, no, seriously, you guys, if you support the president, let me know. I'll pull you up here. We can have a conversation. Make sure that we are double tapping away in that phone screen. And if you are one of the first 400 people in the live, guys, share this live with a couple of your friends and spam that comment section. We are going to go and pull up my main account as a guest, as well as we're going to get Parker in here. We're only going to be live for a little bit, though. So let's get that done now. All right. Let's get my main account up here. Here we are. There we are. Phenomenal. And let's go and get Parker up here, and then we're going to start the debates. All right, y'all. If we're in that queue, make sure that we do indeed support the president, Donald J. Trump. Let's go and get our first guest, Jaden, up on the live. All right. We got Jaden loading in.
What is good, Dean? You to go, bro. You to go, my man.
Hey, appreciate that, Jaden. You're awesome. Huge shout out to Jaden. Hey, if you're one of the first 750 people tuning in, y'all, make sure that we are double tapping away on that phone screen, and let me know down below in that chat if you are MAGA.
Dean, while you're gone, are you going to be live?
I don't know if we'll have time, man.
Really? You think so?
Yeah, I mean, we could look at the schedule, but I don't know. I don't think that we'll have a lot of time. But all right, we're going to get that next guest up in here right now. You guys, we are just looking for debates with people that support Trump, y'all. So guys, please do let us know down below in that comment section by spamming MAGA if you do support Trump. John is back, everyone. John is back, and John is banned because he's annoying. What's going on, Isaiah? Do you support Trump? And Isaiah's not here. Oh, Isaiah.
No, I am.
Hey, do you support Trump?
In some regards, yeah. Like all around, regrettably, from like the amount of information that I'm like exposed to now, But there's still some things that I do agree with.
Base. Well, for all of you regret your vote, that's all I need to know. We're gonna move on to the next guest. We got Keon loading up in. Here we are, you guys. All right, y'all. If you think that Donald Trump is a good president, let us know down below in that comment section, and we will get you up here. Let's go and get Robert up on that live. Here we go. We got Mr. Rob. Rob loading in. Here we are. Hello, Rob. Do you support Trump?
Oh my God, Dean, you're so far.
Goodbye, Rob. Moving on to the next guest. Let's try to get that next guest up in here. Where are all the Trump supporters, yo? Why can't we find any Trump supporters? Quite frankly, so very difficult. Quite frankly, that's the truth. We got Noam loading up. Here we go. Hello, Noam. Do you support Trump?
I don't, but I want to say I'm
based. All right, guys. All right, here's the deal. We're only looking for Trump supporters. We're only looking for Trump supporters.
Wait, what's behind you?
Oh yeah, it's a picture of me that I used AI.
Yeah, I see you like turned away so that you could put the background. Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, I just took a still frame and then I auto-generated everything that you see like above this line. It's all AI. So I could like use the horizontal the horizontal aspect ratio for YouTube with a vertical aspect ratio on TikTok simultaneously. It's a pretty good
Bro's
idea.
yapping. Bro's yapping.
No, dude, come on, think about it. I'm using like a horizontal aspect ratio being captured by the camera to give us a vertical aspect ratio on TikTok. It's sick. My lighting's a little bit off though. All right, we're gonna move on to the next guest. If you're one of the 1.8 thousand people in here, let me know and I'll get you up here for a conversation. We're gonna get that next conversation going right now, y'all. We are really just looking for that first debate of the evening. We do apologize that we haven't been able to get the debate going so far. I don't know what's going on with the algorithm today. I have no clue. It was fine yesterday, and then just like today it's shit. What's going on, Cam? Do you support Trump?
Brielle, think of the membership subscription.
He alright.
Yes.
But he did get rid of the suicide hotline. That I don't like that.
Yo, base cam. I don't like that either.
Tom, think of it $2.
I don't know if that word might get us a restriction that we have to end on. I don't know. We'll see. Moving on to our next guest. What's up? Do you support Trump?
Totally.
And why is that?
I just like his hair.
Okay. So be serious. Be real. There's
No,
still about like a 50% chance that you actually support him. So give us your real reasons.
I don't know. I'd say probably just the whole immigrant thing, man.
Okay. So what about immigration makes you support Trump?
I think we just need to kick all these white people out, and then it'll be okay.
Okay. Yeah. Keep wasting my time, bro. You're obviously trolling.
You a bitch.
What's going on? Hey. Whoa. Actually, if I'm a bitch, then why are you running away from me? Quite frankly. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put you on mute because we got to go about this carefully. If you're not afraid of me, you'll stay here and you'll have a conversation with me. You obviously don't like me. Without using like obscene vulgarity, just because the TikTok terms of service, explain to me why you don't like me. How about that? You won't do it.
Is my shit on?
Yeah, without using a vulgarity, because I'll have to kick you, which means you're running away because TikTok.
Okay, no, you're just too young to even be giving a fuck about any of this shit, in my opinion.
Being an
What do you
adult.
mean, why?
Wait. Being an adult is too young to care about politics.
Honestly, in my opinion, people that are fucking under 30 years old shouldn't even have to fucking. I don't know.
Wait,
Like,
I
what
have
do
a
you
question.
know
Are
about,
people?
like-
I just have a quick question. Are
Yeah.
people that are under 30 years old?
Yeah.
Affected by the government?
Yeah, of course. It's kind of hypocritical, but like.
So if
oh,
something
man,
affects
it's
you,
like-
why shouldn't
it's-
you care about it?
It's like. I don't know, man. It's the thing is, I don't even live in the States. I'm Canadian.
Okay. And
But
like, I
you're
still,
just- I
I
don't
still
know,
want you to
you're
answer my question.
You're still weird, right? Like, wait, are you under 30?
Me? I'm over 30. I'm 31.
Okay, so you know what? People under 35 shouldn't vote, so don't vote for PP.
I don't know what that means.
You should as a Canadian. Polier?
Hey, and then I also just
that
have,
guy. Oh, I know. No.
Hey,
okay.
Cam, if I took like around a third of every single paycheck of yours, would you care?
Oh, well, man, that's what they do here already.
Yeah, it's called taxes, man. Okay, everybody should care about government, but I mean, this is just like a really good reason why they take our money and then they spend it on other places.
That's how it's
okay?
been my
But-
whole life, though. So
but like, we're obviously going to want to have some input on where they spend that money. I mean, just like there's like one out of the quadrillion reasons that matters insofar as why everybody should care about politics.
Okay, I'm
regardless
not
of your
going to
age.
debate that. True.
Okay, we're gonna move on.
But don't vote for PP yourself.
Bro, why is the stream not pushing out today? Oh my god, it was doing just fine yesterday. TikTok is pissing me off. What's going on? Happy
That's
do you
what's been
support Trump?
happening to me for like the past month, bro.
Yeah.
Dean.
Hey, do you support Trump?
No, actually, I just wanted to tell.
You're only gonna get followers and trolls because we aren't sending out.
Yeah, but I don't know why. Like, I have no clue why. Maybe like a restart's in order. I don't know. Hey, what's going on, Jericho? Do you support Trump?
Hell no.
Okay, guys, stay out of the queue if you don't support Trump. Come on. Moving on to the next guest. Here we go, everyone.
Yeah, just like letting everyone know we only have like 18 minutes left, so please, just let us get some debates here. Nolan, think of the 20 Canadian dollars. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Anti-PP remarks get auto donations. You're the man, Parker. LPP, LPP, I tell you.
What's going on, Joshua? You support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Why?
So, I'm 18 years old. I am against like abortion, and I like Trump because I agree with like a lot of stuff that like he's been saying
Like what?
or that he agrees with. So like I think that the tariffs against Canada specifically will be like it will benefit both the countries.
What? Why?
I do not support abortion.
Wait. Why do you support tariffs against Canada?
Because like I was like reading about it a few days ago when I first heard about the tariffs, and it was like it's to prevent like drug traffickers from like crossing the border and stuff. And so like I agree with and like get the illegal immigrants out.
What? Wait, whoa. So he's paused the tariffs on Canada. Does that mean that Canada's done anything to prevent DRUG trafficking?
Wait, sorry, can you repeat that? Sorry, I didn't hear.
He's paused the tariffs on Canada. Does that mean that he's done anything to prevent DRUG trafficking?
Oh, I actually don't know. Wait, can you please educate me? Like, I actually don't know. Like, I'm here to learn.
No, he hasn't, dude. I mean, he's announced like a billion different goals for his tariffs, a billion different reasons. He said to get better border patrol from Canada, to protect American manufacturing, to just reciprocate the same tariffs that other countries have imposed on us, to I don't know, man. He said like a billion concerns, and like I don't really think that any of these have been fixed, nor have they materialized. So like no, like we haven't gotten anything from Canada.
Oh, I didn't know that part. Sorry, thank you. But like then again, like also like abortion. I don't really support like the mass termination of a baby that did nothing wrong.
Okay, why?
Just because like I just don't. I just feel like if the species is human, it should have human rights, and it shouldn't be
No, you don't agree with that.
murdered for essentially nothing.
Wait, you don't think that just because your species is human, you should have human rights?
I do believe that.
No, you don't. Do you think that dead people should have human rights?
To terminate babies
Wait. Do you think
just because they're unwanted?
Do you think that dead people should have human rights?
Well, you can't really have rights if you're dead.
Okay.
Are they members of the human species?
So then you're just saying that it's not just being a member of the human species that means you have human rights.
Shoot. Yeah, you got me there.
Yeah, I mean, there's other examples too, such as brain dead patients. Okay?
Yeah, but
brain dead
like, my
patients are both
conviction-
human and alive. I'm guessing you
Well,
don't think it's
my
murder to
conviction
pull the
like
plug.
personally just comes from like the Bible because murder is definitely wrong.
Oh, can I ask
I'm,
you a
like,
question?
Yes, go ahead.
In 1 Samuel 15:3, God commands Saul and his men to slaughter the men, women, children, and infants of Amalek. Do you think that's okay?
In Samuel, right? Wait, was that Old Testament or New Testament?
That's Old Testament.
Old Testament. Hold on. Wait, I'm gonna exit the app for a second, so you might not be able to hear me, but I'll be back in like 30 seconds.
Okay, for sure. Now he has to see whether or not it's wrong to kill human life. So give him a second, everyone.
Wait, sorry. Can you say the verse again? I forgot.
Yeah, 1 Samuel 15:3.
16:3.
Tree,
15.
thank you for the $10 over on YouTube Super Chat. I'll answer that question after this debate.
Okay.
1-5.
Bro, I still don't know why this life is not pushing out.
Maybe it's me.
I don't think it's you. I don't know. I'm gonna ask.
I have joined on this account already, so
Yeah.
probably isn't.
I don't think it is you. I don't know what it is though. I wish I knew. TikTok sucks. It just makes it harder to get debates. That's all. Whenever you guys like hear us complaining about,
me.
whenever you guys hear us complaining about like the lives on TikTok not pushing out, it's because it just like literally makes us harder to find people that want to debate.
For real.
Dude, John, if you keep on spamming those tomatoes, you better get your booty up here. All right, John? All right, John, you are so hell-bent on spamming those damn tomatoes in my chat. You run through like 3 accounts now. There he is. John, the man, the myth, the legend. You didn't have anything to say yesterday. Do you have anything to say today?
Oh, wait.
John, we could hear you on the phone this time, man. This is starting to get really embarrassing to you. Nothing to say again? Nothing today?
You know what, job? John, I think you need to get a real job. I think you need to get a real job.
Boo, we got him out of there.
Okay, so I have the verse, and I think the point of it was just God wants to eliminate some of the evil off the world, and I think that's the reason because It was a
okay,
punishment
so
for sin, and I know the story. It was like there's
yeah,
also another story which like
so I have a question. If you were one of Saul's men and God commanded you to slaughter the men, women, children, and infants of Amalek, would you do it?
well, not really, because that is Old Testament. That's before Jesus fulfilled the law, and so later on, I think
So
it was
you
like
you
in the New
would not
Testament.
obey God? You would disobey God's command?
No. I'm not saying that either. Like I'm saying like okay, that's kind of unrealistic because I'm not living in the Old Testament. But like I'm saying like that's Old Testament, and so the law got
But that's still
fulfilled,
your
and
God,
so
and that
now
still
like
happened,
murder
right?
is wrong.
That's
Well,
still your
no.
God, and that still happened. So at that point in history, it was totally justified to slaughter those infants, right?
Then again, that was just to it was their punishment for sin.
The infants sinned?
The infants, no, it was men and women.
Yeah, yeah, man and woman, infant, yeah, infant and child too.
Man and woman, infant, child. Okay, wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Give me like 5 seconds.
Yeah, like I'm really concerned what sins infants were committing.
You want to know the craziest response I've ever heard to this?
Mm.
And this actually comes from a pretty renowned theologian. I forget his name. He's like Brooks' favorite guy. I forget his name. But anyways, the response is that this like section of the Bible is problematic for theistic consistency, but not because it's unaliving babies, but rather because of the unnecessary suffering that the people that unalived the babies had to undergo.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
Have you heard that before?
That is nuts. Yes, I have heard that.
Yeah, basically saying that the death of everyone was just like totally justified, but he could have just like snapped and unalived them, comparing to make other people do it for him, which meant the people that were unaliving the babies had to go unnecessary stress and duress.
Yeah, you can run that on them too. That's actually a good argument to run against them.
Yeah, but it's like the first step is just seeing if they could be like, oh, is killing babies wrong? That's like the second step.
Yeah.
They don't think that murdering newborns is wrong. That's where that argument comes.
Are you referencing William Lane Craig?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah, I did hear William Lane Craig say that. Yeah.
Okay, so overall, I read the verse again. I read it in context, like all that. I think it was just, as it says here, is to show God's authority and power over sin. So it was justified because of the act of sins that they were like.
Yeah, it was
Oh, we're
totally
just trying to eliminate
totally
that.
justified to slaughter those infants. Am I right?
No, it was just to like show his authority over like his power
Yeah,
over like
over
sin.
the babies.
Sorry?
Over the babies.
Hey man, I have a question. If I killed your child to assert dominance, would you think I'm a good guy?
Man, that's hard because like I haven't really looked
That's
deep into
hard.
this, so like
That's
I'm
hard.
sorry.
If I literally murdered your kids to
No,
assert
it's
my
not that.
dominance,
That's hard, bro.
No, it's not that. I just don't
That's
really know
hard?
how to like answer that. Cause, like,
Really?
I just don't know how to answer that, bro. Honestly, like I don't know if it'd be wrong for you just to like slaughter your
Come
whole
on, bro.
family.
Come
Like,
on, bro.
what?
If I slaughtered your whole family to assert my dominance,
Wouldn't
would
that
you
be
think
wrong?
I'm a good guy?
yeah, you got me there.
Probably not, eh?
Probably not.
Probably not.
So if God slaughtered multiple families to assert his dominance, why should I think he's a good guy?
Oh damn, you actually got me there. I gotta do my research, bro.
I'm just gonna be totally honest. I don't think there's a way you could spin this.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
it-
actually really hard to answer.
I've
to be
really
honest, so
thought
actually, I
about
don't know
this.
there.
I've thought about this so much. Like I really don't think there's a way you could spin this.
Yeah, you're right. I gotta do like more research before I say stuff. You got me there. So yeah,
The way to
speechless,
spin it,
bro.
I'll tell you the
Is
way
that
to
they're
spin
all
it.
baby Hillers?
No, the way to spin it is to just deny that it actually happened.
No, I won't deny because like it's in the Bible.
No,
definitely.
there's plenty of people say that a lot of the Old Testament is completely symbolic, and none of it ever actually happened.
People like who?
Well, like what is? You can even question the symbolism.
Yeah, it's that'd be a nice.
Like what's the point of that symbol? Justin, thank you for the $10. Thank you.
Well, all right. Well, goodbye, Joshua.
cool.
I think I'm done with the debates for the
All right,
day.
thank you for your time. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, you want to do some battles to wrap things up?
Yeah, let's go do that, man.
Okay, hey, listen. For the 3.7 thousand people that have tuned in on the TikTok stream, I apologize if you just watched the live start and now you're like, well, and we got the first violation warning. It's a good time to end nonetheless. If you've just tuned in and you're like, I just watched the live start, how come it's ending now? Well, we got to end because we just got a violation. But on top of that, we've already been live for 4 hours on other accounts. But we're going to go ahead and do battles. If you want to help me beat Parker in some battles, because he's beat us the last 2 or 3 times we've done this, and we need to make our epic comeback today.
Sure.
Head over to @itsnotdean on TikTok. It'll be
If
super
you want a
easy to
3P
find.
Dean, join my team.
Well, support the underdogs, y'all. Okay, we need to beat Parker today. Support the underdogs. Today is our day to win. So head over to @itsnotdean on TikTok. See you all there very soon. See you there, Parker.
See you there, bud.
Hey, everyone.
And then also for everybody watching on YouTube, I'm going to go ahead and end the YouTube stream now. I'd highly implore you all to please go over to @itsnotdean on TikTok. You should do it. You should really go do it. But all right, you guys, I will see you all there. @itsnotdean. Good night and goodbye. Oh, MM! Thank you for the $50 donation on the YouTube Super Chat. We're going to have the chat on @itsnotdean spam W's for you, as well as MM with another $10. Thank you, MM. You were phenomenal. All right, bye, guys. @itsnotdean.